traders, and welcome to yet another educational video. So what I'm going to be doing today, basically, I'm going to be showing differences between impulse correction and a multi-time frame analysis. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do a multi-time frame analysis that will help you identify your impulses and your right. So here on my screen, I have New Zealand USD that I've been for. So first things first, I'm going to remove, right? I'm going to remove. So basically, what I'm going to be doing here, I'm going to identify my face. I'm going to identify where are we in from. Okay. So from what you see here on the weekly, so you can clearly see that the market, like I said, market always moves in a series of impulse, right? So it's always impulse and correct. Okay, that is the nature theory. That is how the move. So now, if we look at our current market, we can see how it is impulse correction, impulse correction, and then just a correction there. And then we have the big impulse, and then we have this sort of a correction that is forming. Okay, so this correction that is forming. So what are we going to do now? We're going to identify our area of interest or our zone of interest. So from what I'm seeing now here on the weekly structure, I can see that this previous low is my area of interest. Then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to try to find structure here by combining the lows here and then together with these highs that came after the impulse, right? We have this impulse, and then this is just a big correction. This is just a big correction. Okay? So from here, if we identified our structure, like so, we have this impulse of this correction, right? So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go inside this structure, try and find patterns that will tell us what is going to happen. Are we going to continue or are we going to end? Because all in all, we're expecting that this move will come to the downside, right? So what we're gonna do now, we're just gonna drop down to the daily structure, and maybe the daily will give us some more information as to where could we be headed in the next few days or next few weeks or in quarter two. Remember, we are going to quarter two, so not only about trading, it's about trading for Q2, right? So now, when I go to my daily, sorry about that, just loading. Okay, good. Now, when I get to the daily, what I'm seeing here, I'm going to focus on the recent price. Okay, I already know what's happening there. So now I want to try and focus on the recent price, right? So I want to see what happened in the last leg. I want to see what happened in this last leg was approaching my area of structure. So from what I can see here, my last leg approached my area in a corrective way, right? It approached my area in a corrective. So this is a correction, right? So if this is a correction, what we expect? We expect that the next move will be an impulse to the downside. Okay. So what did we have? We have this market moving up. We have the 1, the 2, the 3. Then we had a breakout. And then when it breaks out, it gave us that first flag. Okay. It gave us that first flag. Remember, this is on the daily. It gave us that first flag. Okay, just draw in the first flag like that. And then from there, what happened? Give us another impulse and another correction, right? Another impulse and another correction. So this is a correction that I'm going to draw. Okay, that's the correction that I'm going to draw. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have impulse, correction, impulse. Then now from here, what you can see is that we have this impulse, right? And then this could be a potential correction that is about to form to the downside, because we already know that after impulsive move comes to correction. So I'm just going to try to draw this in, even though it's not yet formed, and I know that it happened. So if I draw this in like so, so I have the top, I don't have the bottom. Here, the bottom, I only have one part. So I'm gonna go to the 4 hours. So here I am at the 4 hour. Here I am at the 4 hour. So From what I can see on the 4 hour here, that we had this big impulse correction. Okay, let's go to adjust it. Let's go to adjust it. So, so, so I have adjusted my correction. So I have this impulse and I have this correction. For me, what is happening here, we might be getting what we call file conflict, right? We call it a file conflict. So it's just a big for me. So that's why I'm saying from here we have this impulse and we have this correction here. And then again we have this impulse. But then again, this move is just coming up in a very corrective way. That's why it gives us confidence to say what we might be forming here, what we call file conflict, right? So now we just want to identify what is happening and how is price moving to the top of the structure. So from here now, we're just going to take our trend lines there to identify structure and how price is moving top of the structure. Okay? So this is structure that we have. So I can just remove the top there, right? I can just use a red line, right? So this is what we have. So this is what we have with impulse. So after this correction, we expect that this move, right? This move right here, there are two things that might happen. It might come and give us this, this, this. It might come and give us this third touch here, right? We're expecting that it might come and give us this form of a correction. Okay. And then from this third touch, that's when we can continue to the bottom. So this will be our first take profit, right? So already here on the 4 hour, we can see where this market wants to go. Okay. So now if I just drop down to the 1 hour, just for refinement. Okay. I drop down to the 1 hour just for refinement. Guys, if you like our content, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, invite your friends. Invite your friends. Will be dropping content this almost every. So after this one, please check out also our video on the analysis. After this educational video, check out our on the week. This is right. So this is what we have here on the 1 hour. So for what I'm on the 1 hour here, we have wait. Okay. So from the 1 hour here, what I'm seeing here, we have this structure here, which was a correction, right? And this is the 90% of it, right? So now what can happen here is that we can come here at the double top formation, as you can see, that price already is forming some sort of a structure. So we can come here to double top formation and start trickling, right? And then fall, right? So that's what we'll be basically waiting. So that is how you do a top down early from the top all the way to the downside, right? All the way to the down. So you saw how I did it all the way from the weekly, daily, 4 hour until we got that entry at the 1 hour. Okay. So that's what we'll be waiting for. We'll just be waiting for entry for the market to give us those signals to say it's ready to go to the downside. Then we'll enter. Okay. Remember, guys, don't rush. Don't get FOMO, get too. No, this thing is here forever. This thing is here forever. Market won't run. So all in all, guys, here's I'll see you on the next video.